Like having to stay home?
No.
Then what's going on?
Uh, you ever heard the way of you have a great day one day and then next you just like not so good?
Yeah, well, I don't usually have the whole day go well. Some days I have more trouble than other days. Have you met Woof Woof?
Woof woof.
That's Woof Woof, and this is Bear, and they go on my broadcast and my Zoom calls, and yeah, so yeah, I've been home for what? Today's the 4th. I've been home since March 7th of last year, and I've only gone like I wasn't in a store until 2 days ago when I went in to get a flu shot and my high dose vitamin D.
Hmm.
And I live alone and I've been home because I'm in a high risk category for about almost 11 months, and I didn't have my weekly acupuncture or my monthly chiropractic, and it's been really hard. I actually got to go to an acupuncture appointment this Tuesday. Yeah, I'm disabled, and I'm also a live streamer, and I see you a lot on Periscope, but I don't know, like,
Yeah.
I know you share one person's broadcast a lot, but I don't remember whose.
Yeah. I am a big broadcaster on Periscope, but not no more because Periscope is ending.
I know it doesn't even look like the bots come into my broadcast anymore on Periscope.
Mhm. They're slowly going down.
Yeah, and so you said that, but you said, is there anything specific making you have a hard day today?
Okay. I see. A lot has happened through this pandemic in my life.
The pandemic's a hard thing. Yeah,
The hard part. I
yeah.
have lost a lot of people in my life because
What about
this
a lot of people?
family.
How do I make you bigger than me so I can see better? I don't know if I can. Do you know how to? Let me try show live. What does that do? There. Audience preview. So how do I keep that screen up or I don't?
Well, if you're on a computer, you could make it bigger.
What if I'm on a phone?
The phone, not so, it won't do it. It just shows one person here and the hostess there.
So like I'm bigger than you are in this screen, but you were saying the pandemic, did you lose friends because they died from COVID or lost friends because you don't get to see anybody?
No, I didn't lose friends. No. What I'm going through has been going through all my life.
Okay, I saw you and I saw it says you have autism and it said something else, but is there I don't remember what the other thing was, but it did the pandemic make it worse? I know it made my issues worse.
Yes, it makes it worse. I have epilepsy.
Okay, do you have support? Like,
Yeah, I have
do
support.
you have support, but it's really hard to like this pandemic, it's hard for everyone, and I think that it can be harder for people that live alone unless they're living with other people that are being abusive, then that would be worse.
Mhm.
But is there something specific that's made it worse or just like is there something I can help you with?
Well, I'll explain it and you get the idea as I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay. When this pandemic first started, you know how we had to stay 6 feet away from you and all that stuff. We all know about that. That's logic.
Right.
But when you lose a family member that was really close to you, your life goes down the tubes.
Did they die from COVID?
Hmm.
And was it a close family member?
Yes. very
Was it
close.
your parent?
It's my uncle.
Your uncle died from COVID, and you're
Hmm.
having a hard time with it.
Yes, I do have hard times with it. I do my best to move on, but it's just so difficult because it's it's like you try to not think about it, but it's there. You just can't get away from it.
Was this recent,
Yeah,
like this month,
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? Were Was he able to have a funeral online or online or in person? No funeral?
No,
And this
they
was
had,
your uncle. So that's really hard.
they had, but no online. They
Oh, there
could
was a funeral, but not. Did you get to go? You didn't get
no.
to go. Was it limited to like 10 people or?
It was in another part of the United States, so I
Oh,
couldn't go.
and they didn't have anything online so you could watch and you feel like that's really hard. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I do cherish the memories. But it's just at times it's so difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. My friend's father died from COVID, and I watched the funeral. There was a funeral in person, but only a certain number of people were there. And so, even though it was in the same city, I watched it on my computer. It was 4 hours long, and it was mostly in Russian, but I watched it so that I could see what my friend had to say, or someone else I knew had to say. But and he actually got one of those treatments that President Trump, the former President Trump, got. And just because people get that, sometimes people don't get access to those treatments, and even if they get them doesn't mean they're not going to die. And so um yeah, and my friend in Philadelphia, both of his mother and stepfather also died. Now someone wrote there wasn't a Zoom like function for viewing the funeral via virtual. Apparently for this one there wasn't. He didn't get to see it at all. Like my
Mhm.
uncle's funeral last year, it was not COVID, but they started late and it was only set to live stream for an hour, so I missed the end of the funeral because it didn't get live streamed. Because I couldn't go because it was the start of the pandemic and I couldn't go.
Mhm.
So, did they do anything online, like put up anything where people could post comments or anything that would be supportive? You watch someone posting in the chat that they watched their uncle's funeral on Zoom virtual. Was there anything that you could do online, like to was there anything where people could post, like, comments?
That yes, I saw that. Yes, but
Okay, that's something then.
that's something.
But,
But
yeah, this whole thing is it's it's been a difficult, what did they say, that not everyone is in the same boat, but that we're all in the same storm? And, like, it's really upset me that people haven't had money for food this year, and I have had food, although there's days I haven't wanted to eat, but I do have money for food.
mhm.
Um, it's been harder to access food when you can't go anywhere. And because I'm on disability and I get food stamps, but because I'm on disability, it's cash, not food. And even though Amazon has made it so you can pay with food stamps, you can't pay if on Amazon if it's cash. And I didn't wasn't able to access any of my funds for months because it meant going to an ATM or going inside a store. Like I
Mhm.
said, the first store I went in was 2 days ago, but I was able to go to an ATM outside on Christmas and take out part of the money and pay it towards one of my credit cards because I've been paying last month I paid $50 in interest on my credit cards because fortunately I had the credit line that I could use to get food delivered. And I've also had some organizations help me get some produce during the summer and some some food on Fridays. My family's Jewish, and so for Friday for Shabbat. They've been bringing me some matzo ball soup or other and challah or other like some food like once a week, most weeks, and I really appreciated that they did that. They're still doing that. They stopped for a while and then they started again.
Mhm.
But do you have people to talk to or just on here?
Well, I do have people to talk to.
Okay, that's good. Have I ever talked to you on your stream before? I know I've seen your name for years.
I don't think so.
No, okay, well, it's good to meet you. And yeah, it's like I said, the pandemic is hard, and I do try to go out there and try to help people, like in terms of like talking and like talking about the things that I know about if it could help somebody. I talk about like I have OCD and I talk about that and anxiety and depression and because there's been people that are feeling hopeless and I'm trying to say, hey, to if I'm willing to talk about it in case it might help someone else not feel hopeless to say, hey, I got out of bed today and I'm keeping going even though it's really hard. Like I didn't even get the mail again. So,
Hmm. Yeah, so yeah, I do have my family here. That I do,
do you live
and
with your family?
yes, that I do.
Okay.
It's just we gotta stay kind of away from each other because this is what's happening. It
You have
just
to stay away from each other? Were they exposed to COVID?
me,
You were exposed
yes,
to your uncle?
no.
Oh. So you have to stay away from your family for how long? 10 days?
Well, I am better. A few. That was a month ago. I am better.
Okay.
Just where I'm at, we gotta stay 6 feet away from each other.
Well, it's actually 6 or more because sometimes it can spread in like 20 feet, it can spread sometimes. Do you
Mm-hmm.
wear masks?
Yes.
Do you have the medical masks like KN95 or N95?
Yeah, I have.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah. But
Um,
but the hardest part is when you're laying in bed, just yourself, and there's no one there, then I even say it'll be okay. That's when it really hurts.
yeah,
You know,
well,
how much
it's
I
going to be okay, but it's going to be really hard for a
yeah,
while, not only because of COVID, but also because your uncle died. And that's something that doesn't just get better in 5 minutes.
oh, I know that. I know that. And I know it's not easy to get over it. People do say today that it's worse. It is. And no matter how much you take care of yourself, you never know. You may get it. So,
Right. But are you taking the proper precautions to reduce your risk?
mm-hmm.
All right. Um, yeah, I'm in a high risk category and I don't have access to the vaccine yet, but they did say that even getting a flu shot might help like a little bit. And I was trying to get a flu shot after October 15th, but I didn't actually show up and get one until Tuesday because I've been scared to even get the mail. And I'm educated on COVID issues. I know that if I put on my KN95 mask and go down the stairs and get the mail, I'm not going to get COVID, but I've been scared to get the mail.
I can understand that.
And I've also been dizzy, and I don't know how much of that is from staying home and not doing enough exercise, like not walking anywhere.
Hmm.
Um, so, and also with these variants that are spreading faster, that's also a risk. Are you
Mhm.
eligible to get a vaccine? Are you going to get one?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
You're not eligible, or you're not going to get one.
Not gonna get one.
How come?
I'll explain. Now, where I'm at, it's not even here,
You mean they don't have any yet.
right? They don't have
But
any.
if they have them, would you get it then?
No.
No,
Um,
why? I'm just making sure my TV's muted so if it unpauses it won't make a lot of noise. But you wouldn't get it then, why?
I'm trying to explain.
Okay.
Where I belong to, we believe not to even try it because lots of people that had tried it really actually did die from it.
That's not There are
I
people that have died. There are way more people that have died from COVID. You have a much higher chance of dying from COVID than from the vaccine.
so I and I'm gonna try. I got better on my own, the original way.
You got better on your own. Well, you said you were exposed or you actually got COVID
I had it.
and you got better.
I got better.
Are you aware that with these variants that you can get it again?
Yes, I know. Uh, and well, the only thing I can do is wait. I cannot rush into this and be like, okay, let me take the first thing. No, because one of my friends took it, never came back.
Your friend got the vaccine and died
Yes,
in North Carolina?
yes. He took it where he is. They got it. Where I'm at, we don't have it.
You don't have any COVID vaccines in your city.
Not in my country. Not where I'm at, I don't. But the city does. I can't travel down there. It's too far.
How far is it? A couple hours?
Over 40 miles away.
You couldn't get your parents to drive you 40 miles if in this case
Nope, we don't drive.
they don't drive? Do you drive? That's one of the problems with the vaccine distribution. There's people that I don't have a car, and there's like the drive-through sites don't I don't have a car. And as I said, I'm not eligible for it anyway. And I got a flu shot on Tuesday, which means I would have to wait at least 2 weeks. And I'm not going to be offered the COVID vaccine within 2 weeks. But that's one of the issues is there are people that need access that they can't get to where they're being given. And that's one of the issues that was being discussed on this town hall I was on earlier tonight. And um, the only person I've told not to get the vaccine so far, you're afraid of the vaccine, Angie? Do you want to type in the chat why? The only reason my brother doesn't speak to me, but he's one of the people that's worked on these vaccine trials and on the antibody trials. But the only person I told not to get the vaccine is my sister because she had an allergic reaction to a smallpox vaccine. And so I
Mm,
don't know that it's safe for her to get the vaccine.
mm,
Um, and and they also said you don't want to take anything like Advil or Aleve before you get a vaccine, but it's okay to take it afterwards. So Angie's on here, and I want to hear Angie say if she wants to say why she's afraid of it. And you said also, Vince, that your family doesn't believe in vaccinations. Is it
exactly.
religious?
Yes.
Can I ask what religion? You don't have to say if you don't want to. If you may, why doesn't my brother speak to me? I think because I go on social media and talk about the history in my family, including the emotional abuse and violence, and I don't sugarcoat the situation. You've read too many bad side effects. Well, death from COVID would be a worse side effect than the side effects I've heard most people are experiencing from the vaccine. Um, I know that I'm in a high risk category and that if I get COVID, I could die. And so I think the vaccine, my chances of dying from the vaccine are much less than my chances of dying from COVID.
I sent you an invite, Angie.
But I think that how many people can you talk to on here at one time?
Well, on the phone, you can talk to one person like this, but there are other ones you can talk to, but they're on the side.
Are you on a phone?
Hmm.
Okay. And you said, like, on my computer, I see us both half screen, but there's no way to do it on the phone. Like, I look at this and I can see the audience preview, but I can't actually make it do that.
Definitely. Hello, Pete.
Hi, Pete in Florida. So,
Yeah. On the phone, you cannot do that. But on
we
the
don't
phone,
know what may happen down the road. Well, what's going to happen in the next 6 months if those variants take hold in the US, which they're expecting, is that more people are going to die. And so it's very important, like, it's very important that people wear masks, the proper kind of masks, like KN95 or N95, with goggles or face shield, and stay at least like all the things they talk about. Um, and
if you want to know that
um,
this is Coca-Cola, not other stuff.
what?
If you want to know what this is soda.
It's soda? What kind of
Yeah.
soda? I'm trying to look on the TV if I mean the computer to see. I can't see it.
Coca-Cola.
I'll do the show live so I can see it. Oh, it's Coca-Cola. Okay. I had um this Real Root Soda Ginger Ale. It's like ginger beer, non-alcoholic. Ginger beer is like root beer, also non-alcoholic. From
Uh,
Hot Lips, the pizza company here. But you're on oxygen, so you're terrified. You're terrified that the vaccine would interact with the oxygen somehow?
it can. It can.
How?
Well, okay. If you're moderate, it won't. But if you have a high risk of it, it can. Because oxygen can only give you so much.
I don't think the vaccine would interfere with oxygen. I think that someone's on oxygen is probably at high risk if they got COVID, and that the vaccine probably might protect them. I mean,
Uh,
I'm pretty much scared of everything, to tell you the truth. So, like, even things that aren't reasonable, like walking down the stairs and getting the mail, if I'm not really dizzy, doing that is not going to give me COVID. But yet, how many days have I not gotten the mail? Um, yeah, I understand. Like, I said that, like, the episodes of, well, I'm going to die on the way home on the bus because of these migraines with the cold, rainy weather in Portland. Well, that hasn't happened this year because I haven't gotten to go anywhere. But I still have, like, the daily panic attacks. I still have anxiety every day. And it's not like I'm this calm person that's calm all day long. No, I have anxiety and depression and panic attacks and OCD, and I don't sleep at night anymore. I went to bed at 5:15 this morning and got up at 2 and missed my conference this morning, although there are replays available. And Yeah, I've been watching some shows till 3 o'clock in the morning, but that's not 5 o'clock in the morning. You agree? Um, well, thank you. So I just like, I don't
Yes.
know. I've seen the numbers, and I know there's people that have died after the vaccine because my sister in Israel keeps sending me the statistics on it. But the number of people that have died from COVID is way higher, including, as I said before, some people got on this call, my friend's parents in Philadelphia and my friend's father in Portland. And my friend in Portland, her father got the one of the treatments that Trump got that was experimental, and he still died. And so even if you have access to those treatments, which not everyone has, doesn't mean that you're going to live through COVID. And so the best way to not get long-term organ damage is to not get COVID in the first place. Like, because there's people that haven't died, but they're going to have permanent vascular cardiac damage from COVID. And I'm scared of getting it, and the people like, my phone's at 10%. Now it's 8%. So if it dies, I'm going to say it's nice talking to you, but if my phone dies, that's not much I can do about that because I'm having trouble with my phone.
But I can say this: everywhere there's someone struggling with the COVID or without it, but there is a high risk that you are not only alarmed and terrified, you're afraid that now you don't know that the person that you're next to may have it. You never know.
Well,
They
you
never.
have to assume that they have it. If you go anywhere, you have to assume that anyone could have it and protect yourself. Like I said, KN95 mask, face shield or goggles. Don't go anywhere you don't have to go. Stay at least 6 feet apart. Make sure and wash your hands for 20 seconds. Don't think they might have it. You just have to assume that you could be exposed to you take precautions.
I'm
Can you
telling you,
plug your phone in a charger? It's charging through the computer, but it's not charging well. And when someone said, "Hi, BJ," is there someone in this? Is there Pete in Florida? Is there someone in here named BJ?
it's me.
Oh, okay. Um, that's a nickname?
That's my name.
I thought your name was Vince.
No, that's my friend's name.
You're not Vince Guzman?
No,
Okay, when I said I've seen you on Periscope for years, the name that I said I saw, I was thinking you were Vince Guzman. But that's cool. It's nice to meet you.
yeah, I'm the anchor man.
Okay.
Mhm.
What does it say for my name on here? Does it say my name or Harvard Journal?
It says
It says
your
both.
family, Maryland.
Yeah. And whoever didn't, this is Woof Woof with his WDS tie. Where's your tie? It's sideways. And this is Bear the Blue Unicorn that Lane sent me from New York. And they've been known to go on DoorDash and order cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory on the days it's free, and they order kids meals. Well, they order one kid's meal, and they order something for me, and DoorDash delivers it.
Hmm.
Although one of the things I think I've been getting sick from is the lack, like the dairy in the cheesecake. Even if I take a lactase enzyme, I can't eat a whole piece of that in one day. So anyway, is there any, like, I can't tell you what my experience is with a COVID vaccine because I haven't gotten one, but I've talked to people, like, or I watch on TV people that have gotten them, and like my counselor's getting a vaccine and he's actually taking 2 days off from work because a lot of people react stronger to the second dose, which is why he's taking 2 days off when he's getting the second dose. But I, I I know this is a new technology, the mRNA, but also people are believing things that aren't true, that it's going to change your DNA. That's false. Um, And the Johnson and Johnson is the original type of vaccine, and that's one that my brother worked on the trials of. But that one has a lower percent. It's only one dose, but it's a lower percentage. And I don't know that I want a lower percentage of, I'd rather have 94.5% chance of avoiding it. But even with that, doesn't mean they're, they don't know yet if it means you can't get COVID or if you would get a milder case to the point where you might not even know you had it but could still spread it. They're still trying to determine that, which is why people still have to wear masks after they're vaccinated. Um, but and I am glad to see that Marjorie Taylor Greene got stripped of her committee assignments that she should never have been given in the first place.
Whoa,
And that
whoa.
vote that's going to go on tonight, all night in Congress, I haven't been monitoring it because my TV is paused, but I will
Who?
when I'm done talking to all of you. But
Who?
yeah,
Who?
this year has been, if you had any mental health issues or physical issues, apparently 100-year pandemic, when you lose access to like everything, it's a trigger for those things. And it getting mad at myself because I haven't handled it perfectly when it's been 100-year pandemic is not necessarily reasonable, because it does affect people when you lose your support system. I mean, I still can talk to people around the world, but I've had 2 acupuncture appointments since last March instead of weekly, and 0 chiropractic. And I'm left home to deal with it, to treat myself most days. And I've had trouble taking care of myself. I've even ordered things and they come in the mail and I never open the package and take the supplement for my eye, for instance. And I need to figure out which package it's in and take it. I took the vitamin C yesterday and checked my oxygen level because I got an oximeter. Because a lot of people with COVID, they don't realize that their oxygen is going low. They don't realize. And if it's going like under a certain percent, you have to go to the emergency room. So I got an oximeter and I wanted to see when I was really dizzy if my oxygen level was dropping. And the answer is no, because it was still 99 and 100% yesterday. What's my phone at now? 3%. So, like I said, if it does die, I don't know if I should walk in the other room and plug it in on a regular charger, because maybe it would not die as fast. I don't know if my computer's not charging the phone properly. I'm having a lot of problems with my phone. I have to go on my data, because when I go on Wi-Fi, it won't broadcast on this app. It
Hmm.
won't it won't go on certain things. And I'm afraid to go down to the Mac store and put my name on a list and wait for hours to get a new battery for my phone, because I know I need one.
Hmm.
So who's still here?
We're all still here.
Oh, well, how do you know they're still here? I've seen comments, but how do you know they're still here?
You, watch.
Hmm?
Many people are still here. One for
You
yes, two for no.
you can tell? How do I
That,
see who's still here? I mean, I see how many broadcasts. I see that there's been 76 people in my broadcast, but how do I know if any of them are actually still here?
well, this is what I say. How many are here? One for yes, two for no. That's how you'll find out.
The knowledge and Oh, well, thank you. I
Yes,
should
it.
walk in the other room and plug it into a wall charger. Okay, I'll
Yeah. So, well, we know that he's here. Oh. Hmm. We lost her. Oh boy. Her connection must be out. Or maybe the battery. I don't know. Well, would anybody else like to join in real quick? Hmm. Thank you. I know. Oh man. Can I invite you again? Again. Okay, what actually happened? Her battery went down. So she's coming back. Yeah, her phone went down. Oh boy. I just sent you an invite and you're back. Welcome back. How is it now?
Oh, can you hear
Oh,
me now?
I don't
I
see
don't
you
see
though.
you though.
I see you.
Let me try this. Show live. Audience preview. I only see myself. Um, hmm. Let me see if the window's open. Um, I think it's because my phone is at 3%.
Maybe, maybe. I don't know.
And the lighting, there's one bulb and it's doing that with the shadow. But yeah, what happened with your friend that got the vaccine and died? How old were they? And did they have, if I can ask, how old were they and did they have underlying conditions and what happened?
Well, He had pneumonia.
He had pneumonia before he got the vaccine?
Exactly.
And so if he hadn't gotten the vaccine, would he have died anyway? I don't mean to sound insensitive, but the chat sees me as well. Okay, well, I don't mean to sound insensitive, but like my sister sent me this information about like people that died at a nursing home. And it's like there was a case and they were transparent and talked about a nursing home in like Sweden or Norway where a number of people did die. And it was probably related to the vaccine because of how many did die. But some people, they're older and they were going to die that day and they happened to get the vaccine that day and they were going to die that day regardless of the vaccine. So sometimes you don't necessarily know that it had anything to do with the vaccine, although that I think it was a nursing home, like I said, Norway or Sweden or Denmark or I don't think it was Sweden, but in any case, when that many people had a issue, that probably was related to the vaccine, and I don't know why that is, but I'm seeing the numbers in the U.S. and again, I don't want to sound insensitive, but if however many people died in that nursing home from the vaccine versus the number that have died in the US and in the world this year, I still think, even with my anxiety over everything, that it would be a safer risk to get the vaccine than not to get it.
Mhm.
It says that the chat sees me, so you all can still see me and hear me, even though I don't see anything but myself. Let me try the show live again. Audience preview. There's nothing there. I think it's my phone because A, it's at 4%, and B, it needs a new battery. I probably need a new phone.
Hmm.
If you're talking, I don't hear you though.
Well, 'cause I was letting you talk and I was listening.
Oh, no, no, I just want to make sure you were still there since I can't see you. So let me type something
Yeah, sure.
and see if it works. Yeah, I see it.
It works.
So, but yeah, I'm not doing okay. I have been home since March 7th, however many days that is. I don't know the number today, and I have not been doing well. And I've definitely had a setback from this pandemic. And so it's hard to even get through the day and go to bed by 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, 5:15, it's not 2 o'clock in the morning. And the Chinese medicine says it's not just how much sleep you get, it's the time of day you sleep and the for your organs to work properly, like the Chinese organ clock, and that I should go to bed at 9:30 in the winter, 10:30 in the summer, 10 in the spring and fall. So the reason you couldn't hear me before was because I did find that you can mute yourself. There's a this you can mute yourself on the um the microphone.
Yeah, I know.
And also, if anyone here wants a free ticket, the entry level ticket to Global Podfest, I don't have a podcast right now, but I'm a live streamer. And so if anyone wants, like, I don't think you can send messages on this app, but I'm at Harbor Journal and the number 2 on Twitter. If you send me a message, I can send you a link once I get it that you get you a free entry level ticket to Global Podfest. They're trying for another world record. Last year they got 5,000 attendees and they're trying for 10,000. So I'm actually a Guinness World Record holder, and it would cost $25 to get a copy of that certificate, but I think even with my very low income, it might be worth getting a certificate. Just that would be kind of cool.
Mm-mm.
So apparently that light, an overhead light like that, is not good.
Hi,
Hi
Tina.
there.
Calendia, how you doing?
So how many people are on your broadcast? Now it's saying poor reception.
4.
4. You know how I got, like, I did the challenge the first week, and I actually got up to 191 viewers, which is way more than I normally get in a live broadcast. And then the phone died. And then I was on in the middle of the night on Saturday night. And like, I noticed that when Lisa lets Lotus sit there, her little stuffed like stuffed animal teddy bear, fast than when she's on camera, and she has 100,000 viewers, Lisa Sansusi. So I let Woof Woof go on the screen. You would like okay, well, send me a message on Twitter, and when I get the code, because I've asked for a code, I will send you a code.
Wow.
And
So,
um
can I say one
again,
thing?
it's at Harvard Journal and the number 2. So um I said, but Woof Woof has to go to bed at 9:30 at night because he follows the rules. But I let him sleep on top of the computer so you could see his face on screen. And I did get up to like 251 when the phone died, but I guess it registered as 255, so it did count for that global like for that challenge the first week. But like, I'm not normally a numbers person. It's like, I don't care how many people are coming into my broadcast as long as they're um even if they disagree, as long as they're being respectful. If they're not being respectful, I don't put up with it. I don't try to make friends with the trolls. I kick them out. Um but anyway, so do you have any idea, since this is a new app, why I'm seeing myself and not you? Is it just because my phone is so low on charge?
Well, I was trying to explain, but
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
well, it's the charging. The battery,
It's the
like you said, it's gonna take quite a while. And when it's fully charged or half charged, you'll get to see. Because on phones today, it's very difficult. Like computers, you can go on a computer and see multiple people. On a cell phone, it's gonna take a while.
and I don't when my I fell over the side of the driveway when I was dizzy, and I broke my phone screen, and I almost broke my arm and shoulder. And this was, I believe, in 2017. And I tried to replace the screen myself, and I ordered the parts on Amazon, but I couldn't do it. And so you had a stroke. Oh no.
Hmm. Carlinda, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're okay. And I don't know if I should try and install a battery myself. Is that a no? I see a comma and an O.
Okay.
No, you're not okay?
No.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow. 2 strokes. Wow.
2 strokes in 2 weeks?
Wow. That's not good.
That's not good. Did you have COVID, or was it unrelated to the pandemic, if I can ask? No?
Hmm. It's it,
Actually, you know how I said I needed a new battery? I got
yeah.
mail that was addressed to my address, but someone else's name, and it was the adhesive. I had to look up what it was. It looked like these like strips with like triangles, like flags, and it's the strip to attach a battery to an iPhone. And it's like, and I contacted the company and I said, "Who is this meant for?" But they never replied. High blood pressure? Yeah, that's why I'm trying to be careful. I need to
Well,
take better care of myself.
mm,
I worry that I could be at risk between the dizziness and sometimes I have high blood pressure, which is one of the risk factors for a bad outcome from COVID, which I'm trying to not get.
Well, I'm gonna step down tonight because I had to get up early in the morning.
Okay, well, thank you for talking.
No problem.
So if you leave, does that end my broadcast too?
Yes,
Okay. Well, thank you for
no problem. Hey, everybody. I just stepped down for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. See you later.